Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Kim Zolciak isn't the one struggling the most in her divorce from Kroy Biermann. When it comes to reality television, when reality royalty splits, many fans only focus on the two parties experiencing the separation. In reality, it can be difficult for the entire family, especially the kids. Such is the case for the high-profile split of former The Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann. Preparing for her reality star turn on the upcoming Next Gen NYC, Ariana Biermann has opened up about the turmoil the divorce is causing everyone. Amid Kim and Kroy's divorce, the entire family has experienced some extraordinary changes. Speaking with Bravo's Daily Dish, Ariana Biermann shared that after realizing she had not spoken to her adoptive father in some time, "I think it's really a tough situation right now between the family, and it goes through its waves. But he lives in his own house as well, so I hope he's happy I'm doing great." This comes on the heels of Kroy trying to reach out to her. As Ariana has said, she'll be speaking to him soon. As longtime fans of the Biermanns know, when Kroy Biermann entered the picture at the charity dance competition during The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kim Zolciak's entire world was turned upside down. No longer was Big Daddy the focus of conversation. It was all about the budding romance with the NFL star. Kroy became an integral part of Kim's world, adopting Ariana and her sister Brielle in 2013. Kroy and Kim went on to expand their family, having 4 children together: KJ, Cash, Kaya, and Kane. But now with the divorce is in process, the family has been shaken. Amid the divorce, Kim and Kroy sold their Georgia mansion. Now, both individuals have moved into their own new houses. While she hasn't spoken to her father about how he's doing, it's been clear that of all parties involved, it's not been easy for him. With allegations from his ex about him having CTE due to his displays of angry and emotional outbursts, and bouts of physical violence, Kroy, Kim, and their underage children have been ordered to undergo evaluations by a psychologist. While Kim tries to move on, showing her ex what he's missing out on, the hope is that soon, everyone will experience a fresh start. "I think it gets hard sometimes. It's been a really long divorce," Ariana shared with Us Weekly. "It's been 2.5 years, and it's still not even almost done." Though she seems to be in a better place, Ariana had discussed the difficulty of the divorce via TikTok in December. She said, "You know when you're younger, like 10, and you think about divorce, you're like, oh my God, 2 Christmases, 2 vacations, 2 birthday gifts, fun times, extra food on Thanksgiving. What a fun time," she shared. "And then you grow up, and then you're an adult, and then it actually happens. And then you're like, oh divorce king sucks. Oh my God. This is actually the worst thing that's ever happened for everyone involved." Though Kroy's life on reality television has been in tandem with Kim, both Kim and Ariana have continued their lives on camera, moving on with their own projects. Earlier this year, Kim Zolciak appeared on the new Hulu series, Got to Get Out, which mixed reality stars and civilians as they are tasked to escape a mansion without being caught. Appearing alongside former The Real Housewives of Atlanta Cynthia Bailey, Kim Zolciak never got out, splitting the remaining prize fund with the other players, including reality megastar Omarosa Manigault-Newman, Heidi Montag's other half Spencer Pratt, and The Golden Bachelor's Susan Knowles, among others. Ariana Biermann will make her solo debut on Bravo's Next Gen NYC, emerging from her mother's shadows. The new series will follow a group of young people raised in the spotlight, now on their own. With some Bravo fans calling it Bravo's Nepo Baby project, Ariana will appear alongside Brooks Marks, son of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City's Meredith Marks, Joe Giudice, eldest daughter of Teresa Giudice of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and Riley Burruss, daughter of the Real Housewives of Altana's Candy Burruss. Though Kim did not speak of her separation from Kroy on Got to Get Out, it's likely that the topic may come up on Next Gen NYC. With Kim set to make an appearance on the series, it's inevitable she'll discuss her situation with her daughter
In the
as she
high-drama
makes her
world
way
of
of reality television. Kim Zolciak has always known how to command a camera. From her early days on The Real Housewives of Atlanta to her spin-off Don't Be Tardy, she built a persona around luxury, glamour, and unapologetic excess. But even the boldest personalities sometimes can't glitter their way through real-life heartbreak. And when it comes to her ongoing divorce from Kroy Biermann, the story behind the headlines tells us that Kim might not be the one carrying the heaviest burden. The public narrative has largely painted Zolciak as the financially floundering former star, selling wigs, handbags, and even her home furnishings in an apparent bid to stay afloat. Meanwhile, reports of gambling debts, missed payments, and increasingly desperate measures have turned her name into a tabloid fixture. The picture seems clear. She's spiraling. But dig deeper, and a more complex, and frankly more tragic, portrait emerges. It's not Kim who's quietly unraveling behind the scenes. It's Kroy. Kroy Biermann entered the public eye as a sturdy, reliable NFL linebacker with the Atlanta Falcons. A Montana native, he seemed grounded, sincere, and ill-prepared for the circus that life with Kim would become. Yet he fell head over heels, marrying her just months after meeting and adopting her daughters shortly thereafter. For years, he was the image of domestic devotion, trading tackles and stadium lights for carpool lanes and reality TV cameos. But for all the cameras and confessional interviews, it's hard to capture the weight of a man slowly losing his sense of purpose. The post-football years weren't kind to Kroy. Retiring for the NFL at just 30, his career trajectory screeched to a halt. He didn't have Kim's fame to fall back on or a Rolodex of glam squad contacts and brand endorsements to cash in on. His job became supporting Kim, raising their 6 children, managing the home, and slowly, perhaps unwittingly, fading into the background. While Kim stayed in the spotlight, Kroy became the stagehand behind the scenes, orchestrating the illusion but receiving none of the applause. When the cracks in their marriage began to show, it wasn't Kim clinging hardest to the remnants of their life, it was Kroy. Multiple court filings reveal that he asked the judge for sole custody of their children. Not Kim. He's the one pushing for the sale of their home, even as Kim resists. He's the one calling the police during arguments, documenting disputes, and meticulously trying to draw boundaries. All signs point to a man desperate to regain control, not just of the situation, but of his identity. There's a haunting irony in watching someone who once held his own on a football field struggle so profoundly to find his footing in the arena of everyday life. The cameras have turned off, the applause has died down, and now Kroy is just a man in his mid-30s, trying to hold together a fractured family and figure out who he is outside of the Mr. Zolciak Biermann label. What makes Kroy's struggle even more poignant is the emotional cost. Divorce is never easy, but for a man who built his post-athletic life entirely around his family, the disintegration of that unit is not just a legal battle. It's a personal collapse. When he filed for divorce, he cited the marriage as irretrievably broken. But that phrasing, for all its legal neatness, barely scratches the surface of what's been lost. Meanwhile, Kim, for all the public drama, seems emotionally detached from the gravity of the situation. Whether it's a coping mechanism or genuine nonchalance, she's kept up appearances, Instagramming beauty shots, promoting skincare products, and occasionally live-streaming sales of personal items with the kind of flair only she could bring to a financial fire sale. She knows how to put on a show, even as the walls come down. Kroy doesn't have that luxury. He doesn't want to perform. He wants peace. Behind Kroy's stern expressions in court photos and his blunt legal requests is a man who is likely deeply wounded. He's battling not only Kim, but also a gnawing sense of irrelevance. Watching your home become a battleground, your kids pulled into the conflict, and your private turmoil dissected by a celebrity-hungry public is a slow erosion of dignity. And through it all, Kroy remains the quieter one, perhaps more reserved. but not any less in pain. His struggle is more invisible, more insidious. Kim has her glam squads and her fan base. Kroy has courtrooms and custody hearings, and while the headlines continue to paint Kim as the tabloid tragedy, complete with blown-out extensions and teary-eyed Instagram rants, the real tragedy might be what's happening behind Kroy's closed doors.